Всіх вітаю, продовжуємо нашу гру за Генріха, проходити гру. Ну і погнали, що там у нас? Подивимося, одну секунду. Так, я начебто вмився. Все блистить, все сяє. Так, перемкнемося на інший вид. І підемо дивитися, куди нам далі. Нам потрібно сюди. Дізнайтеся в монетаря Вавака, як пробратися до магістрату. Зараз ми і до нього і підемо. Пес зі мною біжить. Рябчик. Сюди я прийшов чи не сюди? А, ні, не сюди. Треба сюди і сюди. І ось тако заскочити, так? Наче так. Ні, ну в цій грі реально можна залипнути надовго. А, сюди так не просто не попадеш. Так, одну секунду.
I'm going to see the Mint Master. May I enter?
Any fool could say that. What do you want from him?
Мені призначена зустріч.
I have an appointment with him.
All right, go ahead then. But don't waste too much of his time.
Не марнуй, каже, часу. Та ми і не будемо марнувати. До речі, може його можна буде обібрати, ні? Я трохи прокачав свій навичку. Де він тут? А, ось він.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king.
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the truth.
That's none of your concern.
Oh, really? Then about face and go back where you came from.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
I must have misheard you. Our business will be over when I say it is, not before. So pull your head out your ass and see to getting me into that assembly.
All right, Jesus. No need to lose your temper. You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a... Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission, otherwise you won't be let inside.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners, and the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Or do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Ну, нам
Our usual waiter
потрібно
had a
буде
brand
знову
new
купити
livery made
вбрання.
specially for meeting the king.
То вбрання
Don't
шляхтича, а
even
тепер
show up
вбрання
there without it.
прислужника. Будемо ще й прислужувати. Так, де я можу знайти цього хлопця?
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at
Треба
that
піти
tin
одяг
hen.
забрати.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is zum Eisernen Adler.
Німецький. Так, як мені його вмовити?
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
Зроблю. До речі, тебе можна обікрасти, ні? Не можна. Окей. Слідуюча в нас зупинка. Ось тут. Мені ще побічні місії треба. Викрадіть меч Кутногорського фехтувального братства. Потім, що там я ще забув? Я забув зробити... А вже не потрібно, да? Квест зник. А, віднесіть книгу Ріхтаржу. Бачите, книгу. А, книга... Книга то не в мене. А ось тут. А повертатися туди якось не дуже хочеться. Чи в мене все-таки? Ну, блін, в мене якісь книги є. Подорожні записки. Це воно? Я сумніваюся, що це воно. Добре. Будемо йти туди, куди нам потрібно. Куди ти, бляха-муха? Дверю мене чуть не стукнув. Так. Нам потрібно сюди, а потім сюди. А може спочатку сюди? Цікаво. Ну давайте, коли я підійду і покажу вам. Так, підходжу я вже до цього місця. Наш песик теж підходить. Підійдемо, подивимося. Чи віддасть він мені одяг? Спочатку треба побалакати, хай... Це не тут. Це з іншої сторони, чи що?
Here they are. The best fabric.
Ось, фронта кулдаун.
Greetings. I'd like to...
Surely you can wait a while. I have a customer here. Here you are. The finest fabric. Intricate work. You won't find the like...
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. Thanks. And you impatient fella, what was it you wanted?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve...
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine while I run around like a bugger with pictures so that... Why would you want to stick your nose...
I just have to get in there, understand? I have an important message for the king about a plot against him.
But why would you want to get to him as a waiter?
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it, so I have to be incognito. See?
I see. All right, then. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of... Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can...
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right. No need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse.
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before...
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not.
Так, дав він мені одяг. Одяг він мені дав. Стоп, машина. Куди тепер? А тепер ось сюди. Може потрібно й передітися. Блін, знову треба одяг оцей перекидувати, як не хотілося, але куди дінешся. Тільки оце знімаємо, бо він мене такому не впустить. Отако. Прислужник. А де та? Простий каптур. Знімаємо простий каптур, нам він не потрібний зараз. Штани. А на ноги, я думаю, яка різниця? Бо на мені зараз просте взуття. Більше я не бачив, він мені більш нічого такого не дав. Так, ну ніж хай буде, а те все так і хай залишається, так? Погнали. Так, може сюди заходити зря. Дайте я розгляну на цю на карту. Наче сюди.
All right.
Hey! You're not
Добре,
allowed
добре,
here.
я не туди пішов.
Occasions you can't defend.
Не туди зайшов. Я новий королівський обслужник.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here.
We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting
Так.
on. So, let's have a look at you.
Have you got Franta's
У
certificate?
тебе є Франків документ, звісно,
There
ось.
is.
Everything's in
порядку.
order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap. A tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables.
Я
Everything
сказав,
as
що
it should
треба
be.
зброю сховати.
Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Відповідальність. Залюбки, звичайно.
I'm no greenhorn. I have plenty of experience. Not long ago, I poured wine for the Archbishop of Mainz.
Oh, I see. Forgive me. But allow me to give you one piece of advice. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz will be among the guests. Don't pour wine for him. Otherwise he'll get drunk and disgrace us all in front of the king. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Я зрозумів, а якщо я щось зіпсую?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder.
Королю
Not just
Угорщини
anyone can serve the
прислужувати
king of
буде.
Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
Ти ж впораєшся. Все, я знаю все, що мені треба. Надіюсь, що я знаю.
I know everything I need to.
А що там, наливати вино і все.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load.
Лиши
You can
тут
wait
свої
in the
речі, що знаєш, ти
cubbyhole
з
for
собою маєш,
servants.
то легше тобі буде. Не буде нічого лишати. Якщо я йому віддав всі свої речі, це буде горе. О, я потрапив на... Так, а ну-ка давайте гляну. Да, він у мене все забрав. Ні ножика нема, нічого. Це капець.
There are the pictures of wine.
Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
Вино треба мені наливати.
Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any räuber in the domain?
pour me some Takai.
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who
apologize, sir.
freed Hinnick, the
Which
dry
one?
devil,
Are you
used that
colorblind?
thing.
White.
Білого, білого.
Hand cannon. Can you believe it?
Як роз... А, ось воно.
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herr God.
Boy,
It is eine
are you deaf or
Schande when
something?
outlaws
Why?
have better
Why?
weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
Thank you, waiter.
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeit is. The dry devil is running free. There are Raubricker everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight?
That's the monastery wine.
The merciful
my cup,
King
boy.
Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest
Well.
silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Elvis. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
Так, дайте я хоч подивлюся, що тут цікавого.
We are more than familiar with the Yemeni state of our armory.
Золота чаша, рукавиці з ягнячої шкіри можна забрати собі.
Some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him.
I fancy some
He'll
Takai.
take the
Refill,
arming of the
boy.
city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just
apologize,
wait
sir.
with arms crossed for the Raubricker
White
to
Takai.
Білого хоче.
You can always ask the king to bring
Зараз
order
ми
to the
вам
realm
даємо
with his
білого.
army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the
Sir?
current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Tonight?
I'd like to report to the honorable council on the cleanliness of the city.
Так, а давайте подивимося, що мені потрібно робити. Червоне це монастирське. Червоне це монастирське, біле це токайське. Маю пильнувати, щоб не забути комусь подати. Ще гірше буде налити не те, що вони замовили. Ага.
Some red!
Baths or brothels.
Isn't it the same thing?
So the
like to
cleanliness of
oblige,
the
but
city is
I'm
not
out.
what it should be.
You can keep that
Current
slop.
baths in the city fall
I'm the
far
biggest
short of
wine
covering all the
connoisseur in
citizens'
town.
needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hopbridge.
More wine,
and wants to
Master
repair
Bailiff.
the baths
I
that
have
used to be
enough
there.
wine.
She's a protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed. It takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
A moment ago, you were complaining there weren't enough baths. Shouldn't we support her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people, like my friend,
just forget
bathhouse proprietor Adam. The need for cleanliness and citizens'
Boy,
health should
I'd like
not
some white.
be underestimated.
Nor
I apologize,
overestimate.
sir.
If someone
Which
needs
wine?
to wash,
Are you
there's a river
colourblind?
just a
Біле? Ну я краще
And they can get
перепитаю,
leeches
чим
there
не
for free as
налити,
well.
що не треба.
And while he's there, a man can shave and take a, you
Чого не
know
хоче
what.
наливати?
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty
Sir?
nor a
А,
right.
треба ближче
Have you
підійти.
forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Скільки вони вже можуть пити, бляха-муха? Ганяють мене
Death
тут,
had
як
nothing to do
хлопчика.
with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is
Hey,
important.
youngster! Some red!
Money to spare. Arguing
Ей,
about
мені,
who's
якщо не
going to
помиляюсь,
wash where and how
мені
is always
заборонили. Давай йому червоне.
It's only a waste of time because we're
Хотів
always
червоне,
arguing
буде
about
йому
the same
червоне.
thing.
Not at all.
Where's that
If you
swit who
finally
pours
admit
the
this,
wine
right
here?
We wouldn't have to keep
I
having
wanted
baths.
red!
A trifle. Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats,
Каже, заборонили, да по
The least
барабану,
we can
хай
do for
п'є.
the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What?
Я йому червоне налив.
Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nars's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
Hey, waiter!
But as we
Pour
know,
me some monastery wine.
Gunslin absolutely hates him.
Монастирське це червоне.
As long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what...
Monastery wine! Here!
You know full well. Everybody knows. He wiped the floor with you.
Compose yourself, Adam,
Well,
and stop drinking. The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Монастирське.
Me? Compose myself? Me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
A full cup of monastery wine.
Just a small
Зараз.
misunderstanding.
Монастирське так монастирське.
Everything settled? My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there?
Що ці келихи, якими я наливаю, вони
In this case, it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it.
безкінечні? Там воно
There were
безкінечне чи
several
що?
dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated.
I apologize, sir.
Rutard will cause
Which one?
any trouble.
Monastery.
He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the
Монастирське
king is
хочу.
here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about
Sir?
him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild
Boy,
and do whatever
I'd
they
like
want.
some white.
I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom
apologize,
to
sir.
us. That
Which
German
one?
Menno
White took
is
I.
just hanging around the market.
Білого.
Don't be ridiculous, Forsooker. You act like you've never been in a
sir.
fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster... Don't hang around me! Vanish! Put up some old fishwives on the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff.
Waiter!
And that's that. There are more pressing matters
Refill,
to deal
sir.
with.
Do you think I'd
More
come to the
pressing
council
than
just
the
to guzzle
open
wine?
contempt of
Come
the
here.
whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already laughing at us all day long. So what if they have one more reason?
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now, but if you disappear for a little while...
If I threw out everyone who complains over a beer, I'd soon be out of customers.
To hell with it.
All right.
We'll never get
I'll get
anywhere
them.
like this.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
Скільки постатей з крилами?
Why?
Because I'm bored, and because I told you. Get on.
Скільки постатей з крилами? Порахувати. Бо мені
That was easy
каже
enough. And he wanted me to count the winged
крилами.
figures.
Раз, два, три, чотири. Збитися можна. Раз, два, три. Три, чотири, п'ять, шість, сім, вісім, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Хрінь його знає. Тут я вже наче посчитав, але порахував. Таке щось.
So, let's see what you've got for me.
Ось
Found your
рукавиці
gloves,
ваші.
sir? Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
Їх 16, їх 30, їх 24. Мені було ніколи.
I counted 24, sir.
And you counted correct. Good. Here you are.
Я
So you can
випадково
have a bit of
нажав.
fun in the evening too, eh?
Ти сьогодні ввечері трохи. Випадково нажав, він мені ще й грошей насипав. О, круто як. Ну, я приблизно так подумав, що десь так воно і буде.
Skimp on me.
Which way?
Monastery.
Монастирське.
Are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or a boss sick.
Good, sir.
They do come. Their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are.
Які вони ще будуть
And
балакати,
as for
бля,
you,
там хай пить.
Waiter,
haven't you
Pour me
noticed
red
there's
wine.
a war going on? Are the
apologize,
experts
sir.
from far off
Which
supposed
way?
to work in a city under siege?
monastery.
Вже понапивалися, каже. Монастирське.
Other than the welfare of the city
Монастирське.
behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have
Good,
your
sir.
own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses,
Good.
gentlemen. That space in the side gate is mine.
The hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
Коли вже там цей король приїде,
I
Сігізмунд.
acquired
Waiter,
my
pour me
seat
some
for the
Tokai.
services our guild provided
I apologize,
and still
sir.
provides to
Which
the
one?
crown.
Tokai.
Біле. Та й дядько хоче білого.
They would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse Lombrick.
Good, sir.
Ne'er-do-wells. Those wrestlers upstairs, of course.
Thank you.
People from the whole town go to watch them war.
Oh, this is news to me, because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
О, нарешті пішла кат-сцена. Хто там повинен приїхати? Король, якщо не помиляюсь.
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Король Сігізмунд. Ну він так вважає, що він король. Головне, щоб його лисий не впізнав. Бо буде горе. О! Подай вина, да? Так. Оце так. Давай, хлопче, давай. Не гальмуй. Чим швидше нальєш, тим швидше звільнишся.
You have nothing to fear. Not
Тобі
you.
нема чого боятися. Да-да. Якби ж ти знав, кому ще треба боятися.
Like this plan of fight!
Збіговисько дурнів, каже. Це точно, що збіговисько. Тим часом в іншому місці, у фортеці. Подивимось, що там за фортеця.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now they keep it. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual.
I wouldn't be too sure. But who's that French fellow you brought here from Mali?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere. No, he's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg. And you know, if he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly...
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life, wine, women, and...
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner, but I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of...
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of...
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer...
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
God be with you, friend.
Так, знайомтеся з Рабином та його супроводом.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians. I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest.
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell, and we are both a little... I'm Yehuda, leader of the Rab, and this is...
Who would rather not be here? Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see if...
Because we all need to and why would they not...
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to it. The situation in the town and the kingdom is You have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the mark?
Everything in good time, said.
Did you come to lend money to the
Not to lend, but to give. Help given...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a...
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around this...
That would be him. We did not get off to a very...
Or maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should... For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the...
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel...
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one.
And that was all...
Why? He should have taken care of me, but it...
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, at least none of it, he took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him. Just...
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry...
Enough. I'd rather have a drink.
For that, there will...
Багато балакають.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Так. Тут я все зробив, тепер куди вниз? Що ви хочете, шляхтичі? Як мені вниз спуститися? О, там інший є вихід.
Godwin, you wouldn't be avoiding... We didn't have much time for conversation on the way here.
With pleasure, sir. What are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
Well, I have no great... But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joints as long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support.
I couldn't help but notice your son has...
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than a little. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though
May God grant him it. Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie, no one even imagined Divish would produce an...
As they say, doesn't matter who kneaded the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Непогано сказано.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord!
Можливо, хто його ліпив.
May I have a word with you, sir?
You? Anytime. With you, unlike this pack of conceited upstarts.
Have you got something against the Kuttenberg?
Their forefathers lived up to their ears in dung. But thanks to the royal, and they think that can turn their blood blue.
But surely they're not all like that.
Allies or not, someone will...
Young Lord Capon is finally free again.
He got a harsh lesson. But at least he might remember to lay off that. But if not, war will make him...
Do you think there's really going to be a war? I mean,
I sincerely hope so. Whoever sits around risks...
What do you think about Job?
Are you testing me? Job's called this assembly and he wants things to
turn out well for who? Some are up to their elbows in silver and...
Better make sure you're among the latter then. And in the...
Я начебто вже всіма перебалакав. Такий чорт. З ким там ще потрібно побалакати? З ким треба прибувши? Так. Зустріньте Брабана. Це не тут. Може вони все-таки зверху десь тут.
each other's throats before dinner.
What else would you expect? It... Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never...
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
Ah, je suis désolé. This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Sainte Mère, do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and honor.
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me.
Then, what are you doing here?
Ah, the Lord moves in mysterious ways. Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan, and if you are interested in my greatest deed, then...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was...
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
You say you're a poet. How about a verse or two to amuse?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health. And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here? I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of... That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that? I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering. Is that so? Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you. As it happens, I've got nothing better to do anyway. Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings? That's a weak word. And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that. Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace. We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army. When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop. Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield. But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace. And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction. Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst? More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win. Why are you doing all this anyway? Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne. You've got an interesting way of approaching things. You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment. I'll help you. What exactly should I do? I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst. What if it doesn't work? I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would mean slow, but certain defeat for all of us. Why me, of all people? Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left. Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with. Certainly. Who do you want to start with? Botchek of Kunststadt. I know the name, but I can't quite place him. That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back. Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor? He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him. Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised. I was quite surprised to see her here. A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplar, but don't trust appearances. She's got claws. She knows how to do... And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And there are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his and that it was thanks to her.
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cut.
Success to our plans.
Заручіться підтримкою Анни, заручіться підтримкою Хамана. Так, а це що мені ще їхати потрібно буде, чи? Чи це тут? А, тут треба побалакати з ним. Окей.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Bocek? I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you won't believe it until you see...
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them.
Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave.
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with...
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or is that your... Unfortunately.
We'll talk later and in private. Right now...
Don't try my patience.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat. Oh, I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten in. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he settled in some backwater. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him. Lost everything, and then...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer court.
You have the impertinence to show me your face?
You're exaggerating.
Me? Exaggerating? Your horse wandering around as if they...
Oh, actually, anything fun, but maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime. Then maybe you wouldn't be such a bitter old grouch.
You're dishonoring your hope.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor.
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies.
You've got no other option. You insult...
Gentlemen, surely I can have a word in private with Lord Oberyn, the second, as he desires, and...
Out of the question. This uncouth lout needs a... And he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God's grace...
You want satisfaction? You'll get... Suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard.
After you.
Well, that's that.
Shouldn't we rather...
No. Christopher would sort it out.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Not bad for a priest.
А хто ж охоронець? А у мене що, захист поганий?
With your whole arm, not just your wrist.
Not bad for a priest.
No, you don't.
Що за фігня? Чого захист не
Never saw that
працює?
coming. Not bad for a priest. You're fast. That was sneaky. Did they teach you that in the seminary?
Да, щось наш пастор дуже важко б'ється.
Hey, who taught you that? That was sneaky.
Firm. Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arm.
Who taught you that?
Задовбав, бляха.
your right side. You've got a gap there I could drive a car through.
Hey, who taught you that?
А хто тебе так навчив?
You don't know which end of that thing is up.
Побілка.
Your legs. Left arm lower.
Все? Вистачить тобі.
My God, where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war, right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
And no luck again. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd...
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was...
Only 3 days?
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and booed, but now I have a chance to put things...
And that's why you want to talk...
Aye. The outcome of the...
That sounds very important. Considering you and all... After your encounter with Father... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's... It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of...
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he...
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to...
You're starting to...
Так, одне ми вирішили, да? Одне вирішили, тепер інше. Це не тут? А де тоді? Це нижче. Та бляха-муха.
That's exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're...
On the contrary, I've come here with...
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms?
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. Only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but not my money.
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like...
Of course. Once it comes to protecting...
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, then I can't risk it all in a conflict with...
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold.
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among...
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly...
I believe Liechtenstein is...
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a...
How about young...
He's a youngster.
He may be young, but he's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate, that's his by right.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and maybe it's not such a bad...
So?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place.
And what if Lord King...
I don't care what the young lord thinks. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop.
Тепер з Ганушем треба побалакати.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy...
You do?
Young Lord Caper...
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his... I'm not going to support some...
You misunderstood my meaning. I mean, with your...
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just like...
With the niece of Sir Bushek.
Bushek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe so. Young Hans is to...
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the...
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what a...
Forget it. Soon I'll be but a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let...
Cheers!
Cheers to you! And...
Так, дещо ми вже вирішили. Давайте з іншими тепер побалакаємо.
Sir Bushek, your niece Yivka...
So Hanush agreed?
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of...
Thank you.
Enough formality. We'll have...
Cheers to the beautiful lady Yitka and the...
Here's to a good...
Вже одружили Тачика, поки він там десь гуляє. Так, а тепер нам що робити? Заручіться підтримкою Анни з Вальштейна. А я не знаю, де вона. Це ми знаходимося аж тут. Ціль стоїть аж там. Де ця Анна не показується, дивіться. Я щось на мапі її не бачу. А, ось вона? А як я її знайшов так швидко?
God be with you, noble
Я аж
lady.
сам не очікував.
There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you...
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is...
Hit the nail on the head again, Mum.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine.
Who did you learn from? In my experience...
I acquired the basics from my husband, God rest his soul. And the rest I learnt quickly, as soon as others... So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help?
It's not only your money. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, You must give me a good reason.
Do you have something in particular in...
Well, one of the guests here has something that...
who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him...
And these papers...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain...
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear. But...
And the papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappear...
All right, I'll help.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorin's groom has eyes everywhere.
Тепер ще й документи треба викрасти. Замініть документи в саквах.
You here?
Що таке, конюх? Іди гуляй. Мішаєш тут. Тут я не вийду. Треба чекати, поки цей дурень піде. Бо реально ж не дасть. Чи побалакать з ним.
Aren't you a bit bored?
What's your problem? The horses are fed and watered. I'm not...
God forbid. But standing around here must be a pain in...
Not really.
Дуже важко.
Shall we roll some dice?
Well, all right. I'll wait at the table over there. What brings you here?
Каже, буду чекати за тебе за столом, ти. Ну от зараз він піде за стіл, а я... Та куди ти? Я ж зробив, начебто все. Так, дайте гляну. Тепер я маю вирушити до схованки бурдюка під кутною гру. Ні, це не те. Начебто я зробив це все. А ну-ка, інвентар. Так, де воно у мене тут? Справжні документи. Так, є. Ну що, може зіграємося?
We'll see whose side luck is on today.
Давай. Погнали. Може я тебе ще й виграю, а може і ні. Ага. Одиничка чи п'ятерка? П'ятаки, так? А це вже інше діло.
If I was you, I'd take it.
Ну все.
What can you do?
Невдача.
And with you. Here.
Одинички вибирає постійно. А може здатися одразу. А що, не вийшло, так? Я теж можу програти, я не супер гравець вам одразу скажу. Так. Ні, не можна. Якщо так. Це капець якийсь.
I'd be faster to play against a slug. Aye, that'll do. Like this. Here.
Так, здаюся. Хату.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
Lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the
Нарешті я вже все виконав. Всі свої місії, квести.
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of...
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of both of them. Good. This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord, but we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the baghatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Неочікувано. Пан Птачик одружиться. Пан Птачик все. Думаю, оце я попав.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Пан Птачик в шокі. Реально в шокі. Я б, мабуть, теж був би в шокі, якби за мене вирішили. Та кожна людина була б в шоці, якщо чесно.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. Point them to the Jewish quarter and give them free rein. To do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become
Ось ми ще й залишимося. Головне, щоб лисий нас не впізнав.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we beat him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm.
Монастирська я побачив.
Monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart. We have enemies on all sides. Would we have a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
The right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. And get a couple more lords. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire. As soon as you get the chance.
Так, якщо він тільки п'є, тільки він червоний, то я просто стану з червоним ось тут.
To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the council was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Oderin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No. We shall have white. We have had enough of it.
White it is. Quickly!
Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again. Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Тут вечірка проходить. П'янкують. Бенкетують. О, хтось уже набрався. Говорить з Ліхтенштейна.
Godwin! Have you lost your...
You in need of some.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint... So, to touching. Come now.
I never had one.
Truly?
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is.
See now. Only, there's nothing... Fuck.
I've got a tongue like a slice...
Well, get something.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs.
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening. He had left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs.
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt it.
Треба знайдіть Глеквину.
For the feast, anyway.
Це треба вниз спуститися.
When those two girls
Ти десь тут
Be
є.
quiet. You are as drunk as a fiddler.
Ти побалакати з усіма.
wine, Chevalier?
The art of winemaking. Recipes are passed on from father to son. I myself was practically even the French royal court. The king himself had wine.
I expect his lordship had the best barrels rolled out.
Best, but this wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary.
Baron Vaku Voku.
much for me.
You starting to regret coming to play?
Oh, it's late. What do you want?
Куди?
Having a good time? He's a fucking bore. These old farts here have... Well, what are you missing? There's wine, food. Even... I'd rather have a game of... Don't you dare get into a fight with anyone. Aye, I forgot. Only the younger lord of... Leave it out. No, they wouldn't have to force me. That young nitwit...
I wouldn't worry.
How come you're still here, sir? Weren't you supposed to travel with Sir Hanu?
All hail Jobst. He sorted out things here nicely. He got my money for a start, and that's more than I wanted to give him. But you know how it goes. Give them a finger. I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going anywhere. And I sent my captain with... I'm too old and fond of my...
Did you at least
Nothing to discuss. It'll be at our car. It's the pride of our family. We can fit in 3 times more people.
But there are... I'd bet my right arm old Hanush will want to...
What? In Ratai?
Deal with him yourself, though. I won't be your gent's messenger anymore.
I see 4 hooves, a mane, and a tail. And I say...
Так, а що мені треба зробити? Знайдіть лек. Батько. Би ж я знав, де б його шукати. Лек. Нам потрібен лек. Це треба на... ось сюди йти. О!
The red'll be good, I hope.
Червоний якраз згодиться.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rudard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. He wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
А тут не святкувати прийшли, а нападають.
Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Зараз буде бійка. Вже почалася.
Holy shit!
Побачимо, на що здатен старий.
Jesus! The surrounded Christopher! He can't make it on his own.
Hey, get him!
Fucking wolves!
А чого вдвох? Одразу двоє на мене. О, я по своєму попав. Бляха. Зараз вб'є мене. А чому не... Це капець, ви бачили? Не працює. Я спробував увернутися, не може, але ж це не Генрі. Цей дідуган, бляха, не прокачаний ніхрена. Ним важко навіть битися. Треба тільки ззаді підкрадуватися, виходить. Ну і куди ти поліз, дід, бляха? Що це за приколи? Мінус один. Ну що це таке? Диви, ззаді б'є. Ну що це за приколи, а?
No chance. Come on then. Yeah. That won't work on me. Yeah. He wounded me badly. Yeah. Take that. Show what you're like to wonder you're still standing.
Капець.
I'm still standing.
А де меч? Тут треба починати. Є, запис іде, запис іде.
Hey! I need a hand here!
Ну от що це таке, блядь?
Hey, I need a hand here.
You let him have my life.
Porcelain's out.
Yeah! Smash his face in! Pray, you bastard! Jesus! I'm hit! That won't work on me!
Ну от що це таке, а?
Cover your head, damn it!
Нарешті пішла катсцена. Я правильно розумію? Цей старий, бляха, його раз 10 вбивають.
Quick! God!
Whoa! Whoa!
Show your stuff! I'll sort you out nicely! Do it! Show your your stuff. You're mine. That hit home.
Бо це капець якийсь.
That was a close shave.
Ну, одну секунду. Подивлюся, чи запис іде. Я, бляха, не мог перемогти. Потрібно було луком стріляти. Там таке робилося. Даже Генріхом не можу цим Генрі, бляха, лупашитись. Це повний якийсь треш. Нажимаєш захист, а воно не працює. Тупо не працює. Це такі баги, глюки, що в мене аж задниця підгоріла. Я думаю, у багатьох у вас була горить задниця, коли ви нажимаєте, а воно не працює.
They captured Oder and Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Ratoi?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while. Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
My younger brother, Christopher. You've known him for half a day, so what?
Shut up!
But leave him be. He's right. I just met my brother. Only to lose him again.
I'm sorry. I really am. God grant him eternal life.
Thanks. Once we're done here, I'll give him a funeral.
That is the least you can do for him.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
I was standing a few steps from von Aulitz when he told Sigismund I was pouring them wine, and had to listen to how Sigismund was going to give him Raborsch. It was a horrible feeling, not being able to do anything about it.
And what could you possibly do?
Kill them. Both of them.
My fingers would itch too. Was there any knife lying around? Or at least a fork? Do you know what that would cause?
The war would end.
But at what cost? After Sigismund's death, his army would be cut loose. They'd ransack the city and kill anyone in their way.
Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you bothered to turn up.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat. Trust me.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sigismund.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all.
You want to give up now?
Nobody said anything about giving up. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the that is, he ordered.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall.
They're our allies. We have...
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see... Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi.
You should go and see them as soon as possible. And
Anyway, we've got work to do.
give me a moment. I'll go and see Chris. Guard the walls until morning. I want to know about it. I'll be with Christopher meanwhile.
Так. Я трошки перегорів в плані цих бійок. П'ятірочку зараз нажму. Вип'ю, щоб наш Генрі трошки відновився. І треба швиденько броником підлатати, що в мене там мені зламали. Меч. Пушкар ні, стрілець, лук. Бляха, стріл треба буде купити, а то зі стрілами в мене повний капець. Чи він тут на первому? Та бляха-муха. О, Ян Тачик.
Good to see you both.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes, love.
They could well have killed us all if it hadn't been for you, Henry. Von Berkoff.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face.
Well, not all of us. Young Odorin, Anna of Volstein, and several other nobles are dead.
And they captured our closest. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But get a grip. Whining doesn't help any.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, nevertheless, I have to admit it can't...
Actually, at Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack...
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. Do you want to end? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try...
Знайти, кого там... Це Моеля, да? Зараз будемо шукати. Здається, вони на третьому поверсі.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. Just tell him.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your stepfather.
Why? Neither...
It's true, I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? Well, the thing is...
What?
Yes, his son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and Martin lived with me and...
When I was born, he was already long gone.
And...
Nothing. Proof, perhaps, that both your god and mine have a sense of... You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give it... But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. We have to go to Sigismund or the confiscation of the property of...
The king has approved...
He's no king to me. He's a
What's a gazette?
That is hard to...
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. And all that with a...
This is what we were afraid of. We need to get back into the city. Will you come with us, Henry?
I'll come. And Liechtenstein...
Very well.
Let's not waste time.
Поїхали рятувати.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and...
Kubienka? What bring...
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feat. And I see, instead of that...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it to...
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And you...
All right. But could you please tell me what...
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming too?
Of course.
Well, do you think that's a good idea? No offense, sir, but...
I'm not. But I'm...
All right, then.
Довго їхати буде?
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. And I just got healed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful head.
What the hell are you babbling about?
What? Oh, I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while.
Oh, damn it, Kubienka, shut the hell up. Seriously.
Hi. I didn't say all that much. Anyway. Can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
Samuel, how... What was the story with your mother and Martin?
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
It may be the last chance we get. We could both be dead in a while.
All right. But like I said, I never actually knew Martin. He once came to Kuttenberg and fell in love with my mother. But she is the daughter of a rabbi. Obviously, she could not marry a goy.
And tonight, you will see why.
If you want, Mummy will surely tell you more. If we can get there in time. What was he like? Pa. I mean, Martin.
He was a good man.
Seriously. Whip those fucking horses.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
Шнеля. Точно, що шнеля. Ого, ніфіга собі. Оце шлях. Це якби на вузику так довго їхали, то, напевно, записувати гру години 3 треба, поки вони доїхали б. Так реально, дивіться, яка відстань. Чимала відстань. Стара кутна. Все, доїхали.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town.
Won't it collapse on our head?
We'll find out. Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have
Через
found the
копальню якусь підемо.
passageway.
I would be happier if we could do without it.
We all would, lad. But it has been decided as punishment for our many sins.
Our sins? Ours? What the fuck did we do to these people?
Захист у мене якийсь був слабенький, коли я бився з лицарями.
Halt! I heard something.
І? Чого ми чекаємо? А, ми чекаємо, поки вони дійдуть. Щось ви довго йдете, хлопці. О, а де вже дівся ще один? Все десь в текстури випав. Ага. А, вони пішли далі.
Not this way. Liechtenstein went another way.
Wait, Henry. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern.
Так довго. Давайте я швидше буду. А далі, да. Ну, далі не знаю.
Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're going to make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now. It's strange all the same, isn't it? Hundreds of people must have dug this tunnel. Years of hard labor in the darkness. The effort, the suffering. And today, God willing, we'll save a lot of folks suffering thanks to it. Damn it!
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this.
I think there's someone...
Go and check it out. If they took anything down here, I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you... Damn it!
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men...
Я вже це казав.
I'll go upstairs and...
I hope so. I'll gather up my things...
Глюки якісь в цій грі. Капець тут хлопець битий. Ну, гроші не залишати ж засранцям. Буду я скриньки чистити. До речі, непомітність прокачав.
We go back and dig it. Eric will give
Да. Що, все? Звичайний болт. Рушенятка на... Куди потрібно. Нічого вони цінного не забрали. Так, погнали. Повернутись до Ліхтенштейна, так? Їх. А, ось.
Go and look for Samuel.
А, Самуїла пошукати. Та я можу.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it...
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls. But but there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the...
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation...
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. What about your mother?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready.
I'm really sorry about your friends.
There was nothing you could... Benavis Amardes. This Eric is really pissing me off.
There'll be plenty of time for that later.
I'm sure Mum is waiting for us. We have...
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageways.
But sir, if any more of them...
I can take care of myself. God be with you.
I have to help him. Bring Ma here.
Що, не туди зайшов? Та це ще. Приколи.
Oi, Himmel! What's the matter? Where's...
Don't worry, Ma'am. He sent me to...
Mein Gott! What happened?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded.
Wait!
My name is Henry, and I'm a friend of Sam's. I was the one...
Thank you. I just hope we can...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back. It might be safer there.
What's going on?
Sam, are you all right?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe.
We have to get to the synagogue.
Through the backyards. Follow me.
Stayed out of it.
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the river! Get rid of them!
Hurry!
Де? Чого воно застряло? А. Все. Ти так і кажи.
You know much for us, fucker.
Зараз. Куди ти побіг?
We have to keep going. Through the yards.
Ти тут...
That is you to the left.
Please leave her alone, or what?
Now I'll shoot you dead.
Так я в нього стріляю, що за фігня?
Now I'll shoot you dead. Now I'll shoot you dead. You can't get away from me.
Що стріли закінчились? Прикол. Ви бачили такі приколи? Та капець.
Now I'll shoot you dead.
Ти хочеш залізти? Нічого не вийшло. Де вона ділась? Текла без мене чи що?
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Come on, then.
Slay him! The place is clear now. Come inside. Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive.
Підніматись можна пізніше. Треба бігти.
We have to go.
Ну, це він правильно каже. Треба бігти.
Come on! What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
Їх тут побільше.
There they are. Well, now we're really fucked.
Тепер ми точно по вуха в лайні.
For how long, though? As long as we need to.
Скільки потрібно, стільки будемо триматися. Головне, щоб ви не поздихали раніше мене. Бо це буде горе. Це капець. Аж двоє. Та що ж це за прикол? Ви прикалуєтесь проти трьох. Та ну це жесть. Реально жесть, дивіться, троє. Броня поки що трима. Вона довго. Підождіть, я підлікуюся. Де воно? Це ви прикол... Що це за приколи? Так. Поремонтуватися, давайте ще. Бо тільки моя бронька там мене тримає.
Pray, you bastard! No, you don't!
Катсцена пішла. Катсцена пішла, мене врятувала катсцена. Або їх врятувала.
Let's go! God morgen mer. Let's go. It's this way. Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Just leave them here.
Fuck me!
Are you alright?
I'm fine, lad.
Is there anything else I can...
Mein Gott, boy. Have you... Now we have to manage on our...
I know this might not be the best time, but...
What?
I do. He's...
Borig Hashem.
I mean, not actually by blood.
Meinen Sie's Kindele.
He,
Oh, the hen of Schutzurara.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help...
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martinine. At least you survived.
I'm sorry I don't have better in...
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he...
Is everything all right?
Yes. Do not worry. We...
How did you meet Martin?
It was such a long... He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among...
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. Then it went schlag auf schlag.
So what happened that made Martin...
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other.
That means pregnant.
Yes, I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone, and he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly...
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin.
If only he had gone all the way to...
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough.
All right.
Before you go, tell me.
Well, he was strict with me, but not since I dream about him quite often. About that He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And the black...
He was absolutely...
Well...
You saved all our lives. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... even if not related...
Well, I did... And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do... What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka.
I will see you there, then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Все. Тепер можна вирушати. Куди нам потрібно? Нам потрібно чортове лігво. І там відіспатися, відійти від усього. Але на початку мені б з'їздити, набрати, купити ці стріли, я думаю. Може не потрібно, в мене їх тут вистачає різних. Добре, потім зі стрілами якось розберемося. Зараз я буду відправлятися туди, в лігво.
always welcome here.
Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you alive and all in one piece. It's good she heard my pleas.
Thanks for putting in a good word. Lots of violence and death, countless foes. We could have eaten.
God damn!
I don't know if words are enough. Simply, it was just like the worst part came when the gate fell. It was as if the bloody gates of perdition opened for a moment, and hell surged into the world.
God protect us! God damn it! I should have gone there too. I could have been some use.
I'm always glad to fight by your side, but you wouldn't have changed anything there. There were too many of them. All we could do was try to hold back Eric's people as long as possible, so the locals could see there's a hidden tunnel inside it, leading up.
Fucking tunnels! Ugh. What about Liechtenstein?
He's fine. And he managed to get those mysterious
Praise God. He's from an old and glorious house. It'd be a dreadful... The main thing is you got out. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to thank you properly for...
No need to thank me.
I beg to disagree. My brave... First and foremost, be it known that if you should ever similarly find yourself in captivity, and secondly, I have something here for you. A truly knightly... A hunting bow that has no equal in the province. I hope it'll brighten your thoughts after all those horrors. It can fell the mightiest buck deer and enchant many a doe. And besides...
I'm honored.
Just a moment. I believe I saw it among Margrave Yob's...
Good heavens. You really don't miss anything, do you? When I found out that Yobs would gladly leave me locked up, it got my... So, to pay him back, I relieved him, and it was immediately clear to me that that bow should go to none other.
That is certainly...
I knew we'd see eye to eye. It'd be great to try that bow out right away. We could ride out together on wine, bacon, wine, the deep woods... A quiverful.
We only went hunting together once.
Yeah, but it was memorable. Don't tell me you wouldn't like to do it again. But first duty, then some fun.
Подивитися, що він мені там за лук дав. Близький лук птачика. Я вам так скажу. Оцей лук кращий. Так що хай птачик не ображається. Але бачите, тут ось 130. Головні характеристики. Оздоблений польовий арбалет 380, рушниця 620, а цей раників лук 200. Тому я на птачика піде він в цей. Скажіть, то я скажу. Я його покладу в... Ви зрозуміло, покладу в цей. Зараз я його віднесу, покладу, приготуюсь і далі будемо тут робити свої справи. Бот. Мій персонаж годинку поспить. Ці 2 годинки. Відновить енергію. Щоб я хілки не витрачав. Є. Тачик тут. Тачик тут, як тут.
I heard you fought in the Battle of Kosovo.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, I'd hate to fall for one of your jokes. And I know...
True enough. And I'm drunk a lot, but as St. Killian is my witness, it's true.
So how did it happen? Tell me, how many soldiers were there?
Countless, lad. I'd at least 10,000 men on our side. And Sultan Murad...
Так, а що мені потрібно зробити? Порадьтеся з Жишкою щодо наступних кроків. Спочатку треба щось під'їсти. Де ваша там кухня? Іде якраз нормально. Мені б ще й вмитися десь. А, є, бачу. Так, коротше.
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldier, fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form an alliance.
Fuck. Where are they now?
Samuel and the rabbi took those...
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what...
Well, Samuel said he wants to be around for that.
I see. But if he's gone to Colin, he won't be... Oh well. At least we'll have time to get her...
All right.
Зачекайте, поки Самуел не повернеться з Коліна. Це треба піти трохи привести себе до ладу і поспати до слідуючого дня, так? Я правильно розумію? Доведеться день зачекати. Так, день зачекати, окей. Так. Так. Самуїл повернувся. Давайте побалакаємо з ним. А, до Жишки треба сходити, точно. Що там в мене по їжі, ситність, можна трошки щось під'їсти. Де ця кухня? Навіть трошки переїсти. Що вони ще сплять всі? Це капець. І вони знизу. Да, ні, немає. Добре. Треба чекати. Ось тут їх і почекаю.
Can we start the meeting? We don't have much time.
Aye, we're all waiting for you. Right, gentlemen. I think it's clear to all of you what a shitty fucking mess we're in. We were caught off guard at Rabosh.
And they nearly fucking kill us all. Yes, and they attacked the Jewish quarter.
Thanks a lot for reminding me.
At least Henry here and Kubienka got...
That's true. Good work, men.
To tell the truth, we were lucky. We got there before it all started in earnest. That's why we managed to get those people out.
Lucky my arse. We gave those bastards. They thought they'd loot and torch the whole place, but we scared...
It is nice that you found my people's suffering so entertaining. But what I want to know now...
Well, what do you have?
We shouldn't give up.
Except that Sigismund has the League of Lords and a whole fucking army. And what do we have? Come on, lads. Jobst will bring his army soon. It'd be fucking mad.
It might take weeks for them to arrive. Von Berghoff will have found and caught us by then. We have to get rid of Von Berghoff. It's because of him that...
You mean in the shit, Sir Hans?
Von Berghoff is just Sigismund's puppet. We're not going to waste time on him.
Aye. It would be better to go straight after the most heavily guarded man in the kingdom.
Sigismund is out of reach, but perhaps we can get to von Berghoff.
That fucker is Sigismund's right hand.
Why kill him? You know what the hands on weak.
Are you all fucking daft? Von Berger was holed up in Malashov, so...
Oh, that's true. To take a cost like that, we'd need a dozen men, ladders and...
There's no maybe about it. We'd set...
So we steal the one von Berghoff?
Why don't we just steal all the silver from the... Use your head before you...
Hang on. Maybe Janosch is...
How do you mean?
I recently sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's military camp near... She told me von Berghoff has his cannon, but it seems things are getting a bit out of hand there. So the Prague regiment he's in charge of, and it might not be that well guarded along the way.
So we'll steal it, right? We'll wait till they go through some ravine, and we'll shoot at them from the rocks. The way you did to us before Nebakov.
I see you've learned something from me. But it's not that simple. What we need is for one of us to get amongst the Pragas, so he can keep an eye open and tell us...
And if we succeed, there's 5.5 of us. Even with a cannon, that's not...
So you'd rather hide and ambush flower wagons? Are we coming...
No, patrzcie tylko. Jeszcze wczoraj przerzucał gówna, a dziś ten...
I know going up against von Berghoff is dangerous. But...
Dangerous, my arse. It's suicide.
That's enough. Von Berghoff has to die. Painfully. And if there are not enough of you...
Well. Why the fuck didn't you show us that earlier? We could have saved...
We really appreciate it, son.
And we won't mind if you got a couple of more purses like...
If you will permit, monsieur, I might be able to contribute. I know a few mercs. They may not be la cavalerie royale, but for such a purse...
Ah, a company of mercenaries, a surprise attack, and a cannon in reserve?
No, not so fast. We don't...
Then we'll fucking get it. We'll find a good spot for an ambush, and send someone into the... What about you, Henry? You'll get yourself recruited into the Prague regiment, and when they take the camp...
I was afraid you'd never ask. I can just see the look on von Berghoff's face when we point his own...
That's settled then. Henry will go to the... Catherine will tell you all you need to know. You'll find her in the bath. In the meantime, Ada here can go to Malashov and find out how von Berghoff and his people are stationed there.
Za kogo ty mnie kurwa masz?
A lot of soldiers need a lot to eat. We'll have to
I'll go hunting. This tavern's a bit crap.
And what are we going...
We're going to prepare a warm welcome for the...
What do you say, Sir Hinek?
Well... What the fuck are you all sitting here for? Didn't you...
Так, мені треба зустрінутися з Катериною. Катерина... Аж тут. Сигізмундовий табір. Ніфіга собі, скільки мені пиляти. Швидка подорож з цього місця неможливо, бо мені треба вийти на подвір'я вийти, а тепер вона можлива. А де воно тут? Поїхали. Побігаємо трошки. Без коня. Можна було б з конем, але тут недалеко, то навіщо брати коня. А чому на воротах нікого нема? Ти не кажеш, що я не туди пішов. А ось і Катерина.
Ah, there you are.
Henry?
Zizka sent me. Is there somewhere we can talk?
Oh, by Christ. All right, but you better come this evening.
Скаже, прийди. Прийди.
Oh.
Вночі. Ввечері. Ввечері так ввечері. Почекаємо вечора. Перемотаємо. Хех. Можна ж перемотати. Це вже інше діло. Зараз побачимо. Чи буде вона зі мною розмовляти.
I'm here.
So I see. But haven't you got anything to do?
Вже прогуляйся табором, тобі каже, що нема чим зайнятися. Що точно по табору походити, подивитися, що у них тут. Можна побігати. О, а я що, іншою дорогою зайшов? Чи я попав якраз, вони були на цьому? На перекурі були хлопці. І впустили? Ні, ну, я сумніваюся, що вони мене впустили. Та тут нема чого робити. А цей вхід. Не дуже вони там охороняють цей вхід. Сюди не можна.
You're under arrest.
Захар. А навіщо ти до мене...
Wait! Who the fuck do you think you are? This ain't a Sunday fair!
Я заплачу. А в мене є... ось це.
I'm very sorry, soldier, but this must be some... I'm a merchant from Frankfurt, not a thief. Your commander invited...
You? But... Sorry, sir.
Ви мені ще і подряпали мою цю... мій броник з розранці. Можна було б почати з ними битися, але, блін, вони мене вб'ють. Їх багато, я один. Повертаємося до нашої Катерини. На нашої Катерини будемо чекати до вечора. І може ще побігаємо. Може я ще щось цікаве знайду. Та ні, нафіг. Тут стану і почекаю.
I'm here.
Come. I know a place where...
Where's that?
Stop asking questions.
You want to talk here?
You said you wanted privacy, didn't you? If anyone sees us here, they'll think you're just another customer. Now relax a bit. You're as stiff as if you were waiting to be branded.
Relax. When you're washing me all over, I'm more likely to go rigid.
You naughty boy. Haven't you ever had your back scrubbed by a woman before?
I have, yeah, but it feels a bit weird. After all, we...
Oh, come now. You don't have to be bashful in front of me, even about what I think I see in that tub.
Well, the water is pretty cold.
Of course it is. So, tell me quickly what you're doing here before you shrivel up entirely in the water. You say Zizka sent you.
That's right. It's about von Bergov's cannon and the Praggers who have it. I hear they're gonna move...
Aye, they have it.
We want to steal it.
Have you all gone mad? Do you know...
I know. That's why Zizka sent me here.
So what do you need me...
Information. When are the Praggers gonna take the cannon?
That's what you're supposed to find out, isn't it? But it looks like they got held up for some reason. Sometimes I hear them complaining they
Where is the cannon now?
In the upper part of the camp where all the local captains have their tents. They've put up a palisade around the entire hilltop. And the guard at the gate doesn't let just... And what's more, they say the whole camp's gunpowder stores.
And you think it's in the storehouse?
That's the only place it can be. I haven't seen it anywhere down here.
Do you know anything about the cannon?
Not much. I've heard they call it the Finger of God. And it costs a...
Who's in charge?
That's a pretty complicated question. They run the whole camp. Sigismund is holed up in Sedlets with his toadies and doesn't take much of an interest. The Cumans are under the command of a fellow called Chertan. Then there is Grozaf, who runs the camp.
What is this
He's the commander of all the Cumans who marched into Bohemia. Sigismund officially gives the order. I've met him a couple of times. He's a tough...
Who's this
He's in charge of He's a nobleman. But don't... They say he ran up debts and fell out with half the royal court. So, Sigismund... Watch out for him. You know how it is. The worse off a man...
This Katz.
He's in charge of the Prague Artillery Regiment. You should know him, in fact. It was him and his men who attacked...
That Horison who nearly killed us all.
Calm down. You'll get your...
Do you have any idea how I could infiltrate them?
The best thing would be to join up. There are never enough men. They won't let you go up and see Katz. But down by the shooting range, you'll find a fella they call Crow. He's a corporal in the Prague. He's Katz's right-hand man. So I'd try my luck.
But what if he turns me down?
Then I suppose you'll have to keep bothering him until he changes his...
And once I've joined them, what...
Find out when they're supposed to go to Sedlets. And above all, why they're... And once you've got it sorted out with them and you're gonna all ride out with the cannon, I'll go straight to the Devil's Den, and we'll...
Well, it all sounds pretty dangerous. If I say the wrong thing or someone recognizes me, the game will be up. I could do the kiss for luck.
If you don't mess up, you'll have 1,000 kisses. But work before play. Is there anything else you want to ask?
Is there anything I should watch out for?
Your mouth, mostly. You know what you like. If you give the game up, they get up to a lot of drinking, riding, and archery here. Now and then they fight, although...
Although what?
There's a rumor going round the soldier... At first, I was worried they were talking about... Be careful.
What's it like here?
Not really. But you know what it's like. Humans here, all hot-blooded and all hating each other.
That's all I need to know.
Get out of the water, then. Though I have to admit, you've scrubbed up nicely.
As long as it...
Actually, there is something you could do to repay me. But that can wait. Enlist for service first, soldier.
Купити до війська. Підемо вступати до військ.
Greetings. What do you want?
Are you the one they call Crow?
I'm only Crow to good friends. Which group do you...
Well, neither, I reckon. But I hope that'll change.
You and a dozen other ne'er-do-wells. I've had fellas pestering me ever since Rado. Go and ask Groz... Lord Borumlaka, I mean. You'll fit in better with his rabble.
Oh, that'd be a waste of my...
Oh, really?
I'm the best warrior far and wide. Give me any weapon.
You? A warrior? Bollocks. Judging by the sight of you, the hardest work you ever do is... Is there anything else you can...
Так, знають на травах, я коваль, давайте коваль.
I'm a blacksmith. That's useful, isn't it? You're bound to need...
Aye, we need that. God knows we do. But that doesn't mean we...
I know about herbs. If you have a sore throat or need...
That kind of thing always comes in handy. But we have a physician. We don't need another.
I could spy for you. I know how to...
In other words, you're a thief, right? For your own good, I'll pretend I...
I don't have any other talent.
You're not a complete waste of space, that's true. But
I don't want to serve with some You know what? Take me to your commander. The worst thing that can happen is he'll have me kicked out of here and...
God's wounds.
Who the fuck are you?
My name's Henry, sir. And
So you turn up and expect us to drop to our knees in awe? Crow, why did...
I thought you might want to take a... He may not know when to hold his tongue, but he said he knows about all...
Well, but we'll have to try you out first in any case.
Ah, you're not going on about that stupid charter again, are you? How many more men...
As many as it takes. Don't tell me you're not... So, this is your test, Henry. Either you come back as... What do you say?
Well, that depends. The harder the work...
You needn't worry about your pay.
And if you sort this out and we finally get to Sedlets, you might even get...
Listen up, then. Some of our men have gone missing. 7 of them. And with them a wagon. They had a very important cargo they were supposed to take to Sedlitz, but they never arrived there.
It seems they were last seen somewhere between Miskovitz and Rabstein. But that was ages ago.
Hang on. Why would they go past Miskovitz? That's not on the way to Sedlitz.
That's what I don't understand. But you can...
Do you think someone ambushed?
It's possible.
I don't give a shit what happened to them. They could have been eaten by squirrels for all I care. There's a very important charter in it. And
what if there's more than one charter?
nothing a yokel like you would if there's more than one.
And what should I do when I find these fellas?
What do you think? Free them if someone's holding them.
What, take down 7 men?
Do you want to be a fucking soldier or not? All right, then. If things...
All right.
Wait, damn it. You don't know Meshach, one of those 7.
And you're only telling me this now? So question him, and we'll know...
Go ahead and try...
Meshach was brought back on a cart. Some peasant found the poor bloke on... He's been in the infirmary since then. But you can stop by, maybe the sawbone...
And let me tell you, you ain't never seen a man...
That's about it, then. Now on your way.
Don't worry, sir. You can rely on me.
Hergach, lad. You're...
a bit...
Isn't he just... You know what? Go and see Puta, the captain of the mercenaries who serve here. He'll go and requisition some supplies with him. And with a bit of luck, you'll get us something to eat without us having to torch another village. Now go. And don't get yourself killed, all right?
I'm looking for the local Sawbones. They said I've never seen the likes of him.
So, you came straight to me. Is that so? In any case, you found your man. Musa of Mali.
Well, sorry to say this, but...
Very busy?
Henry, sir.
Big? Wise?
No, that's not what I meant.
I know. Have you never heard of Prester John, or the Christian kingdom of...
I think our parish priest might have mentioned that.
Tell me then, how the people in those stories...
Well, I thought that was just...
And as you see, so please, stop staring at me and tell...
Commander Katz sent me. I'm supposed to find the soldier.
Yes. He's lying over there, and will remain lying for long. He was
But I need to talk to him.
Then, you shall have to... When he was brought here, he was mumbling about some wagon on a place called Lota.
Isn't there anything we can do? I don't need him to be healed. What if we brew something with mint? That wakes me up like nothing else.
That is not such a bad... One can make a decoction from Varelian and mint, which is called cockerel potion. It will not, but it must be very strong. Not like what is sold by...
Hold on. I have something like that here.
And is it strong enough to...
We'll soon find out.
Very well, friend.
All right. We'll see if I brewed it properly.
What?
Mishek! Oh, wake up, man, damn it. Tell me, where are your companions who you were traveling to...
What?
Someone whose time you're wasting. What actually happened?
We were riding to Settlers. We were taking some gifts or something. A couple of crates with some Carel and Francex talked the others into nicking the stuff and doing a runner. So they jumped me.
So it was your friends who did this?
I told them I wouldn't rat on them. But they said Francex pounced on me and stuck a knife in my belly. But I managed to... All I can remember is running somewhere. And then I came up...
The document you were carrying?
I've no idea. Katz didn't tell us anything, and I can't read.
I need to know where the rest of the men who were riding with you to Sedlets are.
I'm not sure. We talked about Lotta. Listen, will I be all right? I don't feel well.
The brew is wearing off, most likely. No, you're not gonna die. But you won't be on active duty.
Rest. Yeah.
Так, побалакали з ним. Тепер мені треба аж сюди, ніфіга собі, скільки мені петляти. Це треба сюди приїхати і потім їхати сюди. Але я вже думаю, це буде в інших серіях. На сьогодні, думаю, вже достатньо. Дякую всім, що дивились, дякую за підтримку, за лайки, за підписки і до нових зустрічей.